Some less dick, more shoes, Ryan.
5,
More
4,
dick, more shoes. Gotcha.
3,
More dick in the
2, and 1.
Damn, the second you said one, the TV turned off. That was creepy. Hey, welcome to Talk About. It's your host, Lust, and actually, no, welcome to Talk About with Lust. I'm your host, Lust. And we're back at it to another episode where I usually don't know my lines. But it's okay. That's what keeps it real. This is not scripted, guys. This is authentic, pure American comedy.
Fire.
Whatever it is. Authentic comedy. Because not authentic. Was it? Oriented? Nah. Organic. Either way, we got a special guest like always. As I see people always skip me on the blunt rotation. We have a special guest on we got a special guest. I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself as I usually do with most of my guests before you spark that up, you know.
Yeah, nice, man. Well,
So welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me on the show, Lust, man. Your boy Don Lee, 1% Gallery.
Hell yeah.
1PG Native Ties. So
Tell them where you can, people can kind of find you. I always like shoot out your Instagram name.
So I mean, my Instagram, 1%_D Lee. The brand itself, 1% Gallery, all spelt out. And or, you know, our 1PG_ native, well, special projects. We do like a special projects page, which is where you can find all like the fire shit we're doing. Like, you know, I kind of learned that from Virgil. Shout out to him.
And for the most part, just kind of give people an idea. What do you do?
Yeah,
what is your expertise?
I'm a designer. You know, I leave it kind of broad because when I first started my business and my brand and everything, 13 years ago, I was actually opening in an art gallery. So I was just trying to figure out like, what the focus was gonna be, and I'd studied art in school. I went to Providence College in Rhode Island, and was really just keen on that. And like I was like talking to friends that were like painters, photographers, designers. I was a wood sculptor, and it's just like, dude, like we're all fucking cool as shit. Like we gotta like make sure that when we're done with school, we have something to keep doing. So I wanted to build an art gallery that would kind of like give us something to do after school once we all graduated.
So where was this art gallery at?
So we had originally, our first one was in Boston several years ago. We had one on Tremont Street. We had one on Newbury Street.
So it was like more of a collective? It was a bunch of artists like
it started that way, but then I kind of like had started signing artists and then I started kind of working with like Fortune 500 companies, and in a more serious space and finding really cool opportunities for the artists to kind of display and showcase their work. So I was really focused like on like building this collective into a more suitable gallery style. But I kind of ran into some bumps. I'm just like, dude, I'm right out of college. I'm like, we ain't selling no fucking artwork. How am I gonna make this make sense?
But honestly, if you was to just fall into success that quick, you wouldn't learn as much as you know now. You know
for sure. Like I'm a journey guy, dude. Like I'm Jedi Knight. Like it's just the journey is the wave. So
for a person that just admitted to not knowing nothing about Star Wars, I'm glad you used the reference.
I know.
I'm just a Jedi Knight out here.
Yes.
I wish we could like go back 10 minutes earlier. I have no idea what Star Wars is about.
But it's funny because my boy is like, I reference him as like one of the key points of the Bible for this drip shit that we do. And he crowned me. He's like, dude, you're like a fucking Jedi Knight. You need to make sure that your shit's different than I was like, you're fucking right. Like, I'm fucking Jedi Knight. Some people ask me my swag, like, yo, it's like Japanese Jiu-Jitsu Jedi Knight swag. It's different. Like,
so was it hard coming up in like up north with that type of mentality and culture? Being a black male back in the day, especially?
Yeah. I mean, so I'm from Boston, and it was tough because like up there is just not, it's not
common.
It's just not, it doesn't even like lend itself to giving you the opportunity to see cool shit on a daily and
for sure.
Seeing people doing cool shit. Everyone there has a fucking job and they work hard, they make money, they go to bars, they get drunk, they wear Sperry top cider Merrill, they wear fucking seersucker pants. And they go to bars and they go home. Like, and that's cool. Like I did it for a while. I tried to fit in a little bit.
But even like myself, man, I'm from New York, Washington Heights. And over there.
None of the Dominicans over there.
Oh yeah, I am Dominican.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it.
Fire.
That's what it is.
Yep. Why'd you say Washington? I said, yep. All right.
But the thing is, like back in the 90s, bro, if you were talking about any weird Chinese, like Japanese culture and like anime shit and like, unless you're driving a Honda and like Integras and shit, like all that other shit was punk shit. You know what I mean?
And,
Listening to like punk rock was not a common thing.
And you were considered weird for it.
100% weird.
Like me, like I grew up like bunch of rich white kids. All my homies were cool. We were all just like growing up. We used to skateboard, play sports and shit. But like I had older cousins that were like really groundbreaking shit around the hood. They're like, bro, we gonna have these, like, you know, we're watching all the shit, like all the car shits, like, you know, Need for Speed and all the Fast and Furious.
There's that one comedian that I really fuck with. He was super fat. He's black, but he's super goofy and giggly.
Was it
Damn, I just literally watched him the other day. And it's like there's a very popular thing about Tom It's like, you don't believe in conspiracy theories? He's like, so you're telling me that the United States has the United States has control over a million people, and all the time they're telling us the truth? He's like, you don't believe in none of them? He's like, listen to this. I have one kid, and I lie to that motherfucker all the time. But that motherfucker is like, he's super goofy. Like, he's super, super goofy. Like, he giggles a lot.
Damn.
Like, let me see if I can find him up. Carly, look him up. That's what you used to be doing with your phone tapping.
Not Avalanche. I know.
No, hold on. I'm going to find him right now.
Bruce?
No, Bruce. Bruce is an old school comedian.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a big dude. But he's solid. Shout out to Bruce, whoever you are, brother.
He's probably still killing it. He's like one of the old school G's of. He should have been like a renounce of Kings of Comedy.
Yeah,
like he was doing it.
He was doing it.
Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look it up. But besides that, the funny thing is about him is he even said it because he's like, yo, growing up in the hood, like because another thing is they keep joking around how he only fucks white bitches. And the funny thing is like,
why is that the case?
No, but the funny thing is because like he was like, I love black women, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm like one of those black guys that just likes to fuck white bitches. Now it's like, the thing is like, I'm not black girl material or some shit. And he was like, I'm just a cuddly, goofy black guy. And then he kept explaining the fact that it was like, there's more. He's like, there's only two black people that those like black girls or hood girls really like. Is like, what do you say? A rapper or dead? And he's like, there's so many different shades of like race. Yeah. Or like I guess, yeah, what's his name? Ron Funches? You never seen him? Look, show him right quick. Funches?
I mean, that name sounds familiar, but like
he used to be super, super, super fat. And he was super giggly. He's like always on mushrooms and shit. Mm-hmm. But he's super goofy and he's like, yo, it's just like there's so many different types of like, I hate when people be like, you don't look Dominican to me. He's like, nigga, just because I'm not fucking carrying plantains in my back and fucking wearing tight ass pants, wearing all this gold chain.
Like that version of Dominican in your head versus like what it really is.
So it's like, I'm sure it's like, like he was saying, it's like, bro, there's so many different types of black guys. Like, we can be anything, bro. And I honestly hate when people say, it's like, you don't look Dominican. Like, you don't eat with Dominicans. It's like, bro, I don't want to be them niggas. It's so outdated.
I'm just rolling around like how I'm rolling around.
Yeah, just you. Yes, nigga, but it doesn't mean I have to be a certain way. Like, what? What do you mean, nigga? Aren't you Venezuelan? Yeah, so? What does that mean? What should you be doing? You're Dominican. Should you be jacking niggas through the windows for their cell phones because you're Venezuelan? Exactly, nigga. You have a real decent job. You're a regular fucking human. You have hobbies, bro. Yeah. You fish. I'm sure people in Venezuela don't have time for fishing. I know, but people have a conception to think that a person should be a certain way.
Yeah. Because they be like, black people are supposed to, you know, be good at basketball naturally. Yeah. Like they're not supposed to be skiing at all. At all.
But I know a lot of fucking like,
or they're not even supposed to know how to swim. But then it's like, but they're like, we're Caribbean. Like there's like people that there's straight water around them. Like,
hey, none of my brothers know how to swim, bro. And they're from the Caribbean.
I'm a pretty good swimmer.
I'm a great swimmer, bro.
I'm a pretty good swimmer.
I fucking slay it. I go down to 60 feet. Yeah. That's my shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's just fucked up that people live in that in that mindset. It's fucked up.
They gotta break themselves free from that shit because the days of getting help is becoming harder, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the hood ain't the same. I mean, weed's legal now.
Yeah, I still move like it's not though, because like just in case they try to switch shit up one of these days. I think it's like a case by case situation. Like sometimes they'll see me like leaving the club and like I'll be like smoking a drop, like, and I was like, fuck it. Like then they got bigger bigger fish to fry.
They do.
And then like there'll be
Fentanyl's
times I'm
crazy,
leaving and like a buddy will come and like tap me and be like, you know, you out of pocket, right? I'm like, well, I mean, the fuck? Like I was just here 2 days ago and saw you. It was not even out of pocket, but
I don't know. I travel a lot for like tattoo conventions and I smoke like it's legal in every state. I smoke like it's California or Colorado everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just do it, but like I'm also just thinking about what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, times change. You don't have to be what you look like.
Nah,
just feel what you feel.
But that's a huge part of like what I push through my brand and like what I'm doing in my life is just like showing other people that like, yo, like you don't have to necessarily do what they expect you to do. Like I got a ton of my homies, I was telling you, like they all play ball in the league. They're super cool guys, but you know, they fit into a mold of a description that is there. You know, it's great that it's there and it's not some other shit, but it's there, you know?
Yeah.
When people see me and they're like, yo, bro, you're a designer, you own our galleries, like that throws people off. They're like, yo, like we should talk about that. And it's like,
well, that's dope.
Yeah.
To be like, because that's how I even feel like right now. I'm working on my venomous and crocodilian license.
Right.
And yeah, I'm from New York. I'm not really a Florida native, but in my head, it's just cool to be a person that like is an advocate to that because it shows other people that you can be this type of person. You can do this. And another thing is like having these licenses to me is like a historical thing. Like it's been passed down. Back then, you used to get like grandfathered in. Like even in Florida, you still got to do hours by someone. That person did hours for someone. So like
there's like a whole training behind this shit.
Yeah. You have to get now. Back in the days, you get 1,000 hours for most animals, but now you got to get 1,000 hours for every type of species and every type of venom and all that shit. But it's like
that's crazy to hear you talk about this because I used to just be looking at shit into you like these motherfuckers is crazy. Like not even thinking. I'm thinking it's just like they just out there doing.
Even
shit.
Like Mike,
but he's like working. He's like, nah, bro. Like I got this.
No, but even like Mike, fucking Tarzan.
Yeah.
Tarzan, bro, that nigga put hours. Like that nigga has hours. He's not like one of those people like
you can an alligator. He better have some fucking hours.
No, but there's states that look. So Florida, the reason is we have these laws is because if it gets out of your house, it's gonna survive. Most of these other states don't have these laws because if it gets out, it's gonna fucking freeze to death. Like, you can get a fucking venomous cobra in Michigan, no license. Call a nigga up, pay $150, because that's how cheap they are.
Because they're gonna.
Because if it gets out, it dies. And if it gets out and kills one person in the house, it's cool. Versus killing a whole neighborhood.
That's a terrible way to die.
Yeah, it is. We have a homie that just lost his finger, and what he told me, well, not him personally, but from what all my friends were saying, he said that like. It just felt like his body was burning from the inside in the bite.
Yeah, that's that shit I don't want to experience.
And then the venom, and then the thing is like the venom wasn't the problem, it's the anti-venom, your body going through shock through all that. So it's very fucked up. But
well, look, I mean, I hope and you know, pray that all your shit comes the way you want it to kind of fold for you, because that's a different, you know, land that's fewly trotted by men. Like I mean, you know, like I'm like native ties. Like we are.
Hey, but the natives believe in all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they want to get bit. Like
I don't think anyone wants to get bit. But the thing is,
from a
like,
perspective, like they'll take the venom and they'll
some people
use
syringe
it for medicine.
Like
it's so different in the usages in how people look at certain, you know, animals, reptiles as like.
But you gotta understand the
things, you know.
Even talking about natives, like, because I work in the Everglades and I talk about a lot of the native culture. Bro, these niggas used to live amongst the animals. Like
they lived in nature. Like they were brothers and sisters. With the
they're like our living situation is not organic.
No,
you know what I mean. Like these so if you go out to if you go to the Everglades and drive through these canals and you see these little hills of grass, Native Americans actually used to live on those hills, bro, and they would fucking canoe and kayak or whatever to every other person's house. Because all the water was knee high, like knee to waist high. And they would literally paddle through these channels, bro, to houses. And that's dope as fuck, bro. That's crazy. The animals...
bro, I went out to Costa Rica one time and, you know, I was very like, I was moving around. I was everywhere. And it's up in the volcanoes, all that shit. So I'm asking...
But the jungles, you're by the jungle.
The jungles. And I'm asking buddy that's giving us the tour, I was like, yo, like, So what is the most dangerous shit out here that I need to know? And he's like, oh, you got panthers. He said you got some other kind of fucking like snakes. He said, but the native people, the indigenous people is probably the most dangerous. So just don't fall in no traps and no dumb shit. And I was like, you're fucking right. They're fucking more sophisticated, but they live in the nature. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They hunt in packs too. They got traps.
Yeah.
They trying to catch what we're trying to run
And it's
from.
even crazy to talk about shit like that. It's like, it's 2023 and we're still talking about native people.
But that's because you got one here. Like, and I got Native Ties, the project. Season 6 is out. Oh, season 5 is out. Season 6 is coming. I'm working right now. So
how long you been honestly working this whole project out?
This project, the Native Ties project is about 3 years long now, man.
Okay.
You know, I've been able to create some really unique pieces. They're all one-of-one vintage source garments. We source them from all around the world. And
do you have people collabing with you, or is it all just you?
It's it's just really me for the most part. I have a partner, my brother. He's tapped in on another side of the business that we're building.
And that's one of your shirts right there.
Yeah. So, and this is actually this is like a season 2 project. I have a lot of the older archival pieces, but the newer ones are just as fire.
That's dope. I like the Panthers.
And we're getting them distributed throughout multiple stores. We got 305 Kicks. We got Canopy. We got Shop Made in Philly. We got a grand opening for that today. So if you guys want to come down and have some fun, that's going on today. Definitely a lot of fucking drip going on there.
So what made you start this brand? What was the inspiration? Like what?
Okay,
what
so my brand, 1% Gallery, we started 13 years ago, and the concept was, like I was saying, more about art, having a collective of people that were interested in certain things, and that would be art, networking, businesses, like social events. Because I worked in corporate, for a commercial real estate company, but I worked corporate for years, and I saw how a lot of these companies had their own organizations, like BOMA and all these other crazy ones that like brought people of a similar interest together. Okay. So I was like, I wanted to do that same thing, but I saw where a lot of people were like, hey, we're all younger and we were more interested in the garments or the experiences. So, at the time I was like, people aren't buying art. My friends aren't buying art, but they are buying clothes. And then I had homies that were going to the league, and they're going to Saks and they're going to Neiman's and they're dropping it.
So that's funny that you even say that, because like me as a painter, I've realized, and I've done the branding part. Like I've done, so I had a skate brand, like company that I called Mind Trash.
Okay.
And it was just like very provocative, like
this crazy shit, like
like slogan shit too, because like I feel like slogans are funny as shit. Like
yeah,
I can't even think one in my head, but like how like people have sayings, and they're like just so cheesy, like oh, like even ones that told everyone's like, oh, you fucked the pooch.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, where the fuck did that come from? Like someone at one point was fucking the dog. So I used to make shirts about shit like that. You know what I mean? He's like, I remember one of my shirts was like motherfucker, and it was like this dead skater guy fucking a mom. So and then I remember one of my other shirts too was like a KKK shirt, but they were eating tacos and Chinese food, and it was like sauce all over his garments. So I used to do dumb shit like that.
But that's crazy because like there's a market for that. There's like I could see people be like, yo, that's actually fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna just grab that.
Yeah, it's funny because I was actually gonna make a shirt that says white people shit, and all my black homies like, bro, that's gonna make so much controversy. But I was like, bro, that's been my whole life slogan. Josh, you do white people shit, and I was like, bro, let's run that shit. That shit would be so great, like a white shirt or like a black shirt, really big, saying white people shit, like, or just a big white polished shit on your shirt. And that's it, bro. That'd be a hit. Let's go.
Bro, you got a whole drop right there. That's a lot.
Hey, I got proof. I just recorded this on live.
Yo, I mean, look, that's live. I mean, like, that's what it is. It's like working on the projects and like, capsules, things like that. So you're like, yo, bro, like I made something. I was wild.
But that's what I was even talking about. So I realized people weren't buying paintings, so I made like that Lust series, right?
Okay.
And then that's when I started thinking, it's like, shit, no one's buying paintings. How about if I start putting my paintings on shirts? Because another thing, my boy put me onto them. I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name is Soto. Charles Soto.
Okay.
He's very popular down in Wynwood. He has a lot of shows down there. But he kind of put me on game. So basically, let's say you make a painting, right? And it's hard nowadays since no one's buying paintings. It's kind of, and this is almost like putting people on game right now that I'm about to say. But it's like, so you buy a painting, no one's really buying paintings because like, why the fuck would I give you $5,000 for a painting? Yeah. So for an upcoming artist, what you do is, let's say You make 50 prints
Okay.
of the same one.
Right.
Sign every print, make it authentic print, right?
Cool.
Sell every print for $100.
Yeah.
That's $5,000. Now your painting is literally worth $5,000 because you just sold
The
100
same thing.
copies.
Okay, yeah. Exactly. Okay, I see what
So
you're
now
saying.
you have a receipt showing that this original painting at this size is worth $5,000.
If not more.
If not more.
If not more.
So there's no argument. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, shit. Instead of selling these prints, because no one really gives a fuck about a print anymore either,
Right.
I'm gonna sell these shirts.
But I
And
do.
depending-
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Depending how many shirts you sell, and shirts sell a lot easier, and can be pretty pricey depending on material.
And it's just different. Yeah,
It
like
is
I mean,
different.
like yo, these garments, like it just gets into
Because
like
when you really get into material, it gets crazy, bro. Like you can really get lost and really find some dope ass.
I mean, think about it like wine. Like you could just buy
yeah.
like aged wine. I mean, you could buy like regular wine. You could buy aged wine. You could buy ice wine. You could do like.
Because I don't even know. I know guys that are into like that are graffiti heads. That are like, that's who I always find that are into this shit. They buy old tees that are blanks to print on them.
Yeah, they don't want new shit.
But I'm talking about 20-year-old brands of t-shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just a different material. It's like that brand only made 500 of that line of shirt. And I'm talking about like a Gildan, but a higher end Gildan.
Yeah,
you know
like
what
a
I mean?
higher end version of that Gildan.
So
yeah,
it's like that shirt's 20 years old, but it has your graphic on it. And it's like it gets very niche. Like that. Yeah, that's just fucking crazy.
Like that's the shit that like I'm on. Like I just I like to create one of one unique garments that's like when you're dealing with the masses and people that as far as friends, clientele, whatever, that can really just like cop shit. Like everyone's gonna have shit.
Yeah.
But it's like the pieces that motherfuckers got there. Like I got the crazy Louis cases, or like even me, I got the Supreme bag. Like these rare pieces. It's like how people start to curate that shit that they're really into.
So that's why I even started designing, like even the pieces that I just showed you, like
those are dope.
The Mega Man and the Manji Boo shit. You know, it's like to make a shirt like that, and then that's already an art piece. And I've only sell a couple of those shirts. You know?
Yeah, like I mean, like us. So like when we do a drop or a capsule, like it's. I mean, on this last one we did about like 50 tees. They're all different. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like growing that, and like I usually try to keep it really tight because I know that you don't want to like almost like flood the streets.
Oh no.
With the shit, and that's where sometimes like starting brands when you don't really have sort of like the experience, kind of like could fuck you in the beginning because you just.
So I even had a friend that he would only make his shirts for events. So like he would do like let's say
a lot of events and then.
Yeah, so let's say like if it was like Marley Festival and he got hired for Marley Festival to have a booth.
Right.
Like he'll make a Marley Festival t-shirt.
Right.
For that event. So you can only get whatever many shirts
when he made
because it's a Marley t-shirt. And he was a graffiti artist.
Yeah, that's actually dope.
So it's dope. So like it'll be graffiti Marley Fest.
And you get a really good sense of like how many people you're gonna have there and how many shirts you think you can do. Like,
But even then I think he still had a certain amount and that was it.
Yeah.
But it was like related. So you can only get his shirts if it was because most of his art almost looked like old school, like dive bar graffiti, like notebook drawing, like original Mickey Mouse bullshit type shit.
Yeah.
Like on a napkin kind of drawing.
So what's cool is like I've been thinking about like so before we like worked on the Native Ties project, we used to do like I used to do like a study on like clouds and like color palettes and shit like that. So
what do you mean clouds? Like clouds?
Yeah, like clouds in the sky.
Okay.
Like so, like like I got a nice little spot. I got a pretty nice little spot, and I can see. Well, I mean, if you're at the top, you can see clouds. Like I'm like studying the variations of clouds. Then I'm like trying to find dyes that match that to dye the clothes and like get certain garments and like different fabrics.
Okay.
So we did this like palette line, and we had like women's leggings and gray tops and all this fire shit, but it was like just branded with our 3M logo.
Okay.
I'm like thinking like, yo, I almost want to do like something where it's just like a straight white tee with our shit on it, but like maybe on like the inside, and it might be able to like glow in the dark so that you see.
So print on the inside.
Print on the inside, but it can be seen from the outside in the dark.
You know, like how sometimes when you flip.
But I could try to do it at a price point that's just like for the masses, which will then increase the value of the ones that really have the shit.
Yeah.
You got to be able to do it. Like, I mean, like even Jerry does that with like Fear God and Essentials. There's more people wearing Essentials than real FOG.
Yeah.
It's just more expensive. It's also a different.
I mean, every brand does it. It's like I remember some guy was breaking down like polos. Like if you're wearing Polo US,
or the
like,
US, but
it's like you ain't really wearing Polo. It's like,
you're not wearing Polo. Yeah,
it's like buying from fucking the
but
Dolphin Mall.
Even then, there's like purple label, there's black label, there's a lot of like labels within Ralph. Yeah. So
for everything. But that's dope. I know. So besides that, growing up, is that something like you kind of knew you wanted to do, or like it came upon?
Well, like growing up, I'd always just like been into, like making sure that like I looked good, just like feeling good. Cause like if you look good, you feel good.
Oh, 100%.
You perform good.
Yeah,
and
all
day. And like, I was an athlete, so playing sports with my friends and shit. Like,
what was your sport?
I played basketball, soccer, lacrosse, track, rugby. I was an athlete 3 seasons all through high school. Got to college. Just kind of like hung everything up, focused on my shit.
Yeah.
And like turned out. But like I knew that I had homies that were like 6 and 7 feet tall. Like there's a point where you just like realize shit. And I was just like, yo, like, I was like, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
I could do something because you're, smart.
There was this, I was watching some guy that literally said that. He was like, dude, basketball is my pleasure, like my passion and all that. I literally lived for it. I got to high school, saw that I wasn't the tallest guy ever, and it's like really not a white people sport. So I was like, I became a comedian or some shit, and I was like, that's great.
But as long as you're putting the work and you become successful then it makes sense, Like,
at the end of the day, I don't even take that fucking like, because even like, but basketball is a northern thing. Everyone up north plays basketball.
I mean, if you don't hoop, you just kind of like not in the loop.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly. Because you come down here, people do play basketball, but like up north, everyone plays basketball. Like it's fucking almost weird. Like the random fat guy that does the dishwasher guy, fucking like shenanigans, even like some weird shit. Like it's like a culture. Everyone plays basketball, but it's like
I used to hoop. Like, I mean, sometimes I'll be hooping with like some of these CEOs and CFOs from different companies and shit.
That's dope.
I'm sitting there like, yo, like I didn't even know y'all hooped. Like, because I'm so used to hooping with like the guys. Like, but when you start working like corporate and business, you start realizing like, oh shit, like all y'all be hooping at these like, these gyms.
Oh,
and shit
for
too,
sure. 100%. But like I was talking about that whole height shit. I wish we never like let that shit get to our head. Because Nate Robinson is like a regular sized man.
Yeah, and for sure. But like I also knew like I wasn't like jumping out the gym. Like, like at certain points, and then there's politics. So you got certain guys that can just get like a little bit closer to the A.
Yeah.
And I honestly like somewhere probably within me, I just like, yo, I'm not trying to do that shit. Yeah. That's too much extra coaches in my whole life yelling at me. Like right now, no one. It's patient.
Yeah.
It's patient.
I feel that. No, I hear that, bro. Because even me, I was like raised into music and there's just so much shit. It's like, what am I really going to do with this shit? I'm not going to play no orchestra. So it's like.
But you could just be making fire EPs, dropping them all the fucking time. People waiting on them shits.
But I don't really know that many people lining up for concerts for a trumpet player. You got to play for a band and shit. It's like.
So create the band.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I could, but it is what it is.
Or you could just stand out front and just play a trumpet.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. The other day, I was a couple months ago, I saw some guy.
No, just go downtown and just start hitting them with the jams.
Yeah. No, I've seen some guy in Tampa. It was funny because this guy was preaching. No, this guy was preaching about God, like in the downtown area in Tampa. And then right down, like eventually this guy kept preaching. And then this like a 2-man band pulls up. And it was like some dude with a trumpet and another guy with a trombone. And they just start playing jazz over the guy talking about God. Damn. And I was like, that's great. Because you couldn't hear shit the guy was saying anymore. And they were killing it. And they probably made some money.
I mean, like it's not about the money. It's just this, like the ability to just go play and just.
I mean, another thing too. I kind of like, so when I got into that, like I was very into like classical and like jazz, like funk jazz. Mm-hmm. I was still living in New York, so eventually, like at that point, I imagined myself like, hey, I'll be the guy in the subway playing once a week just for fucking shits and giggles and then bouncing. Because that shit I thought was dope.
Yeah, bro, that actually is kind of crazy. Like imagine like you're just like. I just like to play, and this is where I like to play. Yeah. It's actually a great place.
I love when I see people like jump on a piano in the middle of a mall.
That's fucking crazy.
And just kill it and be like, what? Or like when a little hood kid walks up into a piano, he plays all the classic shit.
That's crazy.
I've always wanted to do that. I see so many pianos.
That's so crazy because like you could have a show and nobody show up. But you can play that shit in fucking in the subway, and that shit is gonna have a full crowd,
bro. And it'll probably have more views.
And it'd be free.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, the shit that you love and you do for free is what actually blows up.
But that's why you gotta do it.
It's funny because someone asked me the other day, it's like, Josh, you do so much shit. What can I do to make some more money? I was like, honestly, at this part of life, find something you really love.
That's what you gotta do.
100% love.
For sure.
And if you make money, it's a blessing. I literally just told him that. I was like, honestly, I don't know, man.
Bro.
Because chasing money is going to be hard, you know?
I don't chase it, man.
Yeah.
Money's not my currency, honestly,
Yeah.
bro. Like, you know, relationships are, you know, I rock with the guys that rock with me, and we do good things, and then by far, I mean, and by, you know, the far we make money and take care of it,
exactly.
and take care of business, and you know, make sure our
pursuit's
straight.
part of the pursuit. Like, money is part of the industry and the lifestyle, but it's not like what's my pursuit of. Like, I don't draw these paintings to get paid, you know? Like, I draw it for like,
because I know it's in there, and I'm about to do some fire shit.
Yeah, and another thing is like appreciation too.
Yeah,
like even though they're like materialistic things, you still want it to go to a home. Like,
but you gotta think, like, if you don't make it, it never gets put out there.
Yeah,
this is like God's gift to you to then just do that. So that, like
imagine if you never even made that shirt. Like it'll be rotting in your brain,
bro. Like this is a hard one too. Like it's like they're all so different, and some like this is not even one of the most fire. I mean, it's one of the most fire. But there's some.
I fuck with Panthers. Have you seen that series on Netflix?
There's some that are more fire than others. But yes, the Panther one's crazy. Like the one where like it's like the black one, and then there's like the one with the.
No, there's a series on Netflix about like the Florida Everglades panther.
Oh no,
and it's like protecting them.
Bro, I seen this one where they're talking about like how they were like maneuvering through some crazy jungle out in like India. And like the all black one, it struggles because it gets so hot that like that one is like, and then it's also not the attractive version of it for mating. So there's other ones that have stripes. So the other ones are looking like, I don't want to mate with the all black ones. Like, but you stand out. So out there, it's crazy. Yo, it's fucking crazy. I be watching shit. I be like,
the funny thing is like, I've always wanted a Black Panther. I don't want like,
me
the
too,
regular.
those are fire.
I don't want the one with the prints.
Yeah.
Cause I like when the sun hits it, you see the print
you can
under
see the prints under, but that's what you're saying. So then like, I guess at certain points in the year, he is like the advantage because he can hide behind the shadows. So he can get his shit. But I was like, yo, bro, this is very interesting. But I was
watching this guy named Mario. He's into like the wildlife thing. He's like the OG, the reason why they made the movie Scarface.
Okay.
He's on the show Tiger King and all that, but he has an all black panther, and the lady was like,
how much does an all black panther cost? What do you think that's gonna run? Like
I don't know. I know homies in Houston talking about 15.
I was gonna say like 9 to 10 bands, like 9 to 15 bands. Like.
Yeah, but that's probably wild caught. You kind of want one that's already been like breaded. Like in the States, you know?
Yeah.
Like wild caught, you have a risk of like different like sicknesses and shit. Like if it's bred in America, I mean,
yeah, okay.
It's like we were just talking about like Komodo dragons.
Yeah. Because if they come here, anything could happen. Like
yeah. Another thing is like they're not in the same environments. Like they're not in the same diets that like actually regulating the bacterias in their blood levels and all that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
You know what I mean? They just come with, it's like the same thing with dogs. Like we've gotten better.
But you can't fully train any of this shit.
Yeah, you can.
You can fully train.
It's also.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that because I see it, but then it's also.
Bro, there's this guy that I follow that he lays down and acts like he's eating with his lions. Bro, these lions are the size of this couch and this motherfucker be filled with blood. Like,
I gotta see this shit. I gotta see it behind the fence in real life. I gotta see this shit because.
I mean, you could because there is a lot of hype.
Bro, like these
you just go like this.
These motherfuckers could just turn on. They're like, yo, like, oh yeah, we gotta remind you, like, we are a big ass cat. Like,
but they don't know that. Yeah, I mean,
they could do it with like, you know, guns and shit, but like not like that.
No, the thing is like, I don't know, bro.
If I seen like one dude just trying to like just jump everybody, like he gonna get jumped eventually, like. If he's just out here deboing the situation,
it's like that one saying.
There's way more bodies than just one big person.
Yeah, but another thing is like it's like that one saying is like, if a lion was raised in a cage his whole life, why do we still put a lock on it, on his door? It's like almost the same thing with humans, man. It's like
crazy.
No, it's like with humans, it's
still
like
got a lock on that motherfucker. He come out.
We still have the opportunity to like take over the masses and and take like ground back to what life is. But we're so programmed and fucking wired weird that we just don't know that we can do that anymore. And I feel like animals, you can teach, bro. We're domesticated humans. Forget what you think.
Yeah.
We're domesticated as fuck, bro. Like we literally do what the masses does, even though we think that we're
like I Uber Eats, like shit comes to me. I'm not like fucking out
but
there.
not
like,
even that.
I'm
like
picking the chickens anymore. Like shit is different now. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, I
but
want this one.
yeah, no, but besides that, it's like comfort. It's also again, they control us by food, like the same way we control these animals. If there's a food reaction to like an actual reaction, so we separate these moments. So they have this whip just like that, bro. Food and money.
Yeah.
We're domesticated. So like I feel like, hey, I like how you said, what's the most dangerous animal here? Shit, we got these and these, but the natives.
It was us. So now it's us.
So
now
technically,
the
scariest nigga in that cage, in that lion cage, is that human.
Yeah.
Because a tiger can strike, but if that nigga had a gun, he'll blast the fuck out that tiger.
I guess so, yeah.
So it's like,
That's
but
valid.
again, we do like live in a society that people can pretend, and it kind of sucks. Because there's a lot of videos like reality and Instagram.
Yeah.
Even when you start traveling countries, you realize that some countries ain't shit. You're just taking pictures of a moment.
Yeah, of a moment or a particular spot.
And that's it.
But you know, it's just crazy because like, it's like that shit is true, but the fucking panther, like if it wants to smack the shit out of you, like you cannot stop that. You cannot.
But the thing is, like if that
cats have, like I've seen like regular house cats come do some crazy shit.
Oh, cats are crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So like now you got a big ass fucking cat in your crib. And you're talking about why you don't lock the shit. Like this is why you lock the shit. I seen my man's got a husky. He opens the door. He puts the dishwasher down. He opens the fridge. I'd be like,
yeah.
Motherfuckers.
My cat would open that door.
He would come in there.
And pop
Snake
it up.
come in there, lay down with you. Now he's sleeping with you. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean we have to be careful.
You gotta lock
and be conscious.
Box.
No, you do.
Yeah.
But I mean that's how bro. Same thing with us. You gotta lock the box.
No, I locked the box. I locked the.
Hey, we're locked in a box.
Yeah.
But another thing I always thought to myself too is like, as I gotten older, I was like, damn, the only thing separating a nigga running through this house is his locked door. Like, it's so crazy that having a lock on a door makes you feel so comfortable.
But think about this though.
I'm
think about
safe.
This. Think about this. You have a lock on the door, but they can break through your window.
No, I know,
so
but nigga, I'll break that door.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I'll break the doors. Yeah, like if
most doors like don't always open out. You know, so you can kick them in.
It's like that's why you got to build layers of security for yourself.
But it's just
like,
I always thought about that. Like when I started moving, like when I started living on my own, I was like, this is what makes me safe. Like that's just a locked door. It's kind of weird.
I mean,
it's a weird comfort.
And your security and like the ability to go and like knock a nigga out if you have to, or like whatever you got to do, like hold your own. Like
I mean, the cool thing is like once that door's open, it's a free for all.
Oh.
It's a feeding response.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you already know, man. Like you in my spot. What you doing in my spot, homie? Why are we here?
Oh my god, he was hungry.
Yeah,
like it's crazy, yo.
I got nothing for you, bro. Like you disrupting Teddy's flow right now. And I gotta kill you.
It's dope. I mean, hey, we are the littest animal, bro. Fuck all that bullshit. Like,
yeah,
we just really soft.
I know. Right now, I'm creating heat for the streets. Like that's the animal within your voice. It's like, yo, I'm just like. Here's some blessings. Whoever gets them Pac-Man style, I get it. Go run, do your thing. Like,
but that's also the same drive for like, hey, there's some like just in the animal kingdom, bro. There's some dormant people. There's dormant animals and ones that fucking make moves, bro.
Yeah.
And the ones that make moves get shit done.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to be everywhere, bro. Like,
so when's the next drop?
So season 6. I mean, I have been working on the pieces. We're probably about like 40% through. So. It's good, but
how many pieces are you gonna push?
I think in this one I might do like 36 pieces, bring it back, and kind of close it out on that because the 50 was high, which is nice, but I have like a lot of guys that can buy them in groupings, so it's like they just keep getting all of them, and versus like.
So if you had, let's say this, if you had the opportunity to mass produce them, would you do it?
The white tee swag drip shit that I was talking about, like things that are just like it's for a different, grouping of people, like the masses of the people.
Yeah.
But the people that really want the fire as shit. They're just like, bro, I don't care what it costs. I don't care what it takes for you to get it. But just like, if you got it, put it in front of me and let me know what the number is. Like, and like, that's where I'm like, all right, I gotta like make sure that is in place. That's where I align like myself, my position, my brand, my trajectory of life of what I'm doing in like ingraining the game.
Yeah.
You know, like there's guys like, you know, PJ Kev, and there's guys like Mav Carter and all these other guys, and they're like working with LeBron, and they're like creating a new lane in what it is to kind of be in their world, you know. So there's different layers in it, even involving the fashion. You
so
know,
my thing, let's say like because the only thing I know like that get become like very niche like that is like graffiti stuff. So let's say
that's what I'm
like
saying. Like,
how about like cause?
yeah, dude, like I'm a collector of cars. I have like 2 4-footers. I mean, prized possessions, those are fucking fire. But like I'm into that. I'm into, you know, Brian Donnelly. Like I prefer him, you know, as his actual name, but you know, what else is there? There's the Coons balloons. There's a
But
lot of like
he does a lot of that stuff that he only does collective.
yeah.
There's only a few out and that's it.
And but that's how it's supposed to be. Like things are supposed to be like limited and like collected by a very specific group.
Even like those 2-footers and the 5-footers, he only makes a certain amount and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they made some like 10 feet, like 10 feet ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen some of the major sculptures that he's done. Placement is very big with him. I think he's killing the game. Like
it's crazy because that guy was just pure street.
And he was just making, you know, he was just like tagging up the fucking like insides of the bus signs.
Yeah,
like,
I was just talking about that today. Like
super easy, just going over like, you know, regular, you know, marketing campaigns, just doing his little thing. He went to like China and like decided that he wanted to make these cool motifs, and he made the little toys, and they were toys. Everything was like super cheap. They were like, oh, the small ones were like 50 or $100. Now this shit's like $1,000 because he sold some shit like Christie's, whatever, for 100 million.
It's funny because like
that's how it works. Like you were saying with the prints, like, you know, you sell 100 prints, now you got the proof in that like X, like it's the business, you know.
No, I know.
But the shit that sells for the most is the shit that they're like, it's sitting in someone's basement or someone's fucking estate, and it's like tucked away on ice. Like it's Picasso's, it's fucking Rembrandt's. That's the shit that they're like, all right, like send this to fucking Sotheby's and Christie's and get this shit auctioned off.
But the thing is, like, do you feel like, do you think it would ever go back to like not even being fine art, but like real art, not just poppy art? You think that shit would ever come back?
When you get the right people to like put that light back on that like part. And that's partly like what I'm trying to do with the brand. It's like kind of what you were saying about like how some guys are like collecting the older versions of these Gildan t-shirts. It's like I used to collect basketball cards, like all these fucking cards. Like I got cards of when like fucking Jerry West was playing and shit like that. I'm a Lakers guy, you know, I fuck with the Heat. You know, I got Jimmy Butler fucking jersey cards and Bron jersey cards and crazy shit. So you know, people want older things. Like it has a different value to it because it's like in great condition.
Well, I feel like also because at that time, music was influenced by like art was influenced by music and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It was really a culture.
It was our culture.
There's no culture to the art anymore.
It's like graffiti and breakdancing and all that fire shit. Like I'm into that. Like like off that, like, you know, all that
b-boy shit.
Yeah, bro.
And do you think is that even like
that's
being
player, bro?
Being in the whole fashion industry, do you see it coming back, or is like, are we gonna go into like a futuristic b-boy shit?
I mean, like right now it's trending into like this direction where, you know,
because you don't see like a new line of like runners, like tracksuits and shit.
You know, sort of. I mean, like Needles has made some cool stuff. Palm Angels kind of like took that and ran with that. Like that was a thing. So a lot of people was wearing that. And, you know, Gucci had always kind of had their tracks, and Louis would be like more slimmer with their tracks. But the pants would be kind of heavier, like sweats.
Yeah.
But
if anything, I saw sweats kind of coming back for a little bit.
Yeah.
And like the earth tones.
But like, you know, I think like right now, like it's about understanding like placements and garments, like, you know, not necessarily following the trends. Like, you know, when guys made, you know, full blown pants, and then the other guys made shorts, like I'm making 3/4 pants, you know, because it's player. You know, it's like some shit that Rick will do. You know, I mean, these are like double RL. These are like old vintage pieces, but like you want that because now when I throw the fucking socks on and the Marnies on. I slide.
Well, I
on
feel
you.
like that was a very
Yeah.
popular thing in the
You know,
skate industry, though.
and soccer, like skate, soccer, like because you're skating, like you don't like fucking baggy. I mean, baggy pants too, but like you know when you're in that.
But even then, you were tying the sag of your pants to your lace.
Right. You know,
like baggy pants are in only because another thing, aesthetically, it's like if you bust your ass, saggy pants or saggier clothing helps for the whole slide, you know.
But like I mean, but like now it's kind of like targeted towards like you know the main brands right now, like you know probably like you know Chrome Arts, Gallery Department, you know Who Decides War, it's coming strong. You know my brand's in there in the conversation with you know Fear of God and Ruigi's team with Rude, and you know it's nice. So as new designers come on and kind of bring something different to the table, it will get more back to that. I mean, you know, New York Fashion Weekend just went by and a lot of really cool shows, but one of the better ones was definitely, you know, Who Decides War. And it was because they just showed some really cool shit. You know, the complex just kind of dropped a little bit of new knowledge on like who they thought like the most influential like designers were in the game right now. And they, you know, shout out to Teddy over at, you know, what is it, ALD, and my boy Nick Holmes, who designs the shit, helps design the shit. He's fucking fire. But like they're out here talking about like where's the rankings? You know, is it Tremaine? You know, Tremaine's doing his thing, but you know, you got to have something that the people want to tap into, and that's where 1PG is coming in strong. Like, dude, just it's the research, it's just the knowledge on what people actually want. You know,
and what right now is like, what do you consider what's really popping?
Dude, I mean, for me, it's cuts, it's silhouettes, it's understanding placement of like where you're going. Like me, I have garments that are like I could wear from sun up to sunrise, you know, from sun up to sundown every day. I could die in a casket in this shit. Like it just transcends into all spaces. It's just naturally like it's like it's art. It's truly art. So like, you know, for me, it's that, you know, and I see Who Decides the War making some really unique pieces. You know, we're making some really cool stuff. Chrome is a staple. You know, there's a lot of Crusaders out there. Those guys really rock a lot of Chrome. I have a lot of Chrome, but like I wouldn't consider myself like a Chrome head. You know, but there's a lot. You know, that's like I said, I'm Japanese Jiu-Jitsu Jedi Knight, bro. So I'm loyal to the game with Jerry. You know, Jerry and Fear of God, like real FOG shit.
I feel that.
You know, that's why like I have influence in on the game because like the research, the time, the like the understanding. So when someone's like, "Yo, D, I want to fuck with you because I understand like you know what pieces to get from me because I'm going through the tunnel, like I'm going to do shit post game, you know, interviews and shit. Like they're like,
so my thing is,
how we pick these pieces."
So when you say this project that you got coming out, would it be one of your favorites since you have all this like influence and all this education behind
I mean, like,
you now?
honestly, it's always interesting to see because there's a bit of like randomness to it. So it's like I control like I control about like 93% of like what I actually do.
Yeah.
There's like a 7% of like, it's like when you're cooking up the pot, like it's like, all right, there's room, well, there's not room for error, but like error can kind of happen. And
happy mistakes, bro.
Yeah, but I'm believing that I'm believing that like season 2 and 4 were probably like really strong.
Yeah.
And the 30% of what we've got, like the 40% of what we've got going on right now in season 6, it looks good. But like it's still kind of tough to compare what you've already done. It's like when you make music, like everyone loves the first album, the second album more than the fifth or the sixth.
Because I feel like that point of your life when you produce something like that, it's the spark of the.
It's the spark.
It's
the
spark
is the best part.
So I feel like even though you got more knowledge and stuff, you don't feel it. As an artist, sometimes you feel like your older shit's better because it was so raw and authentic, and now you almost like a functioning machine, so it doesn't just like it's not that gritty.
But yeah, and a part of it is just like I know I'm making heat and people are fucking with it. Like it's not for everyone.
No, of course.
It's literally for guys that are like, "Yo, bro, like I'm fucking with this shit. Give me 3 of them bitches and we good." Like, and I'm like, "All right, bet." I'm taking care of them in packages. So it's like, you know, doing that, it gives you light on like what they want. So now they're asking me for shit that I did in season 2 in season 3. Like,
so once let's say once the cast is
because
closed
there's like
for
the
a
timing
season,
too. People got to see the shit to then bring it in. But by the
my
time
thing
they see
is
it, I've
like, do
already
you
done it.
resell seasons even though you're not doing them?
Well,
Or do you bring them back?
Every tea's a one of one. So once that shit's gone, I'm out of control. Like, I mean, it's not, you know, what I am doing that's kind of unique is like, I'm putting together I'm getting NFTs for all the teas. So you'll also be able to purchase an NFT, like if you're just interested in having them and then being displayed on like a black dove screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
And there's like virtual galleries and like, so now it's like, okay, well, you have a gallery here. But you can also have like a fucking screen where there's another gallery where you have like all these NFTs that you've caught because you're like, yo, I fuck with 1% gallery NFTs that are designed. And it becomes a collection so I can track that data. But like once you get the fucking tea, like it's like I'll just see you if you're my homie. We'll have your number, we'll link up, we'll go drink, we'll smoke, fuck out, you know, do some little shit, like, you know, but outside of that, I can't control like what the fuck happens.
No,
like
I get it.
It's gone.
I mean, I used to do the same thing because even like my brand, like even let's say I had Waves Over Beaches was like more of my surfer brand. But I remember I had a series called Echo in Broward. And instead of like the Echo bottle, you know, Echo like in Mexico, like that black hawk that they have, I made it a pelican. And it was like just a back t-shirt with the WOB logo on it. And I remember like even now, like I only made like, I don't know, 50 shirts. And it was very simple, but it would just look like an old school skate tee, like some California ass shit. And when I see the homies wear it and even random people wear it, I was like, damn, that shit's still out there. Like even the other day,
that's one of my greatest feelings. Like when you're just you know, and I knew like part of when I first started my brand, I had to put a specific energy to my shit off the rip. Like my first t-shirts off the rip was $100. Like I was just like, yo, fuck that shit. I remember my grandma was like, yo, you're not gonna be able to sell t-shirts around. I was like, grandma, watch, boom, 25 tees, dropped them bitches. They were sold out in like a month's time. I was cool. On to the next batch of something different.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to put this energy into my drip where it was like, I don't want motherfuckers like washing cars and my shit. Like I want people to be like, yo, like the shit is in a box. I said it at the top. It's like when I get ready to go out, I put this on. I made these snapbacks.
It's almost like Iceberg. Remember Iceberg?
Iceberg was dope, bro. They made some dope shit.
And they were making shit with like leather.
Yeah.
Like leather on the tee. And then Lot 41 came out and that shit was clown.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like there was just
Iceberg was crazy. I remember that shit.
I mean, that was like what? That was back in the
2003,
the Fat Albert days. Like
but they
had the Fat Farm and
Fat Farm had the Fat Albert,
the Baby Fat for the shorties.
But and Iceberg was all Looney Tunes.
Yeah, of course,
all leathered out.
Yeah, but it's fire. I mean, like you know, it went nice with the Jordans. You can get the Bugs Bunnies. You can make shape.
But it was such a simple tee. It was like literally a nice quality t-shirt. But they would put the leather character, all leather, and it was different. But I remember that shit was pricey.
Yeah, it was pricey. Exactly. That's my point.
It's like Ed Hardy. That shit was pricey when it was
Ed Hardy was pricey, you know? And so is like True Religion.
Yeah.
So to me, it's about understanding like what garments you're making, what's your brand, what's the energy behind the brand, why am I paying this? It's because X.
Yeah.
You know, my t-shirts are like when you have one of my tees, you don't ever have to worry about anyone ever wearing the same t-shirt because they're all one of ones. Yeah. It's just not, we're not doing weird shit. Like I remember one time, I won't disclose names. We were out, it was me and some people that we'd all linked up for somebody's birthday party and all high network, you know, super, you know, high profile type shit. And we're there and everyone's fly. It's this girl's birthday and dude's wearing this fucking shirt. And another dude walks in and is like, yo, what up everybody, you know, and he got the same fucking shirt. He's like, oh, what the fuck, man, now I gotta go home and change this. And he was irking all day, like the entire night. It just kind of irked him. It's like because they had the same shirt on. And I'm like, see, I told him, I was like, yo, bro, like this is what I'm talking about. Like what I was telling you about earlier is what is happening to you right now. I'm trying to help you get pieces that like, because people don't want to feel like that, especially when you spend good money on something cool.
Oh yeah.
They both were wearing an all white Dior shirt. It was the one with the terry cloth. Excuse me. But no, it's not see through. That one's kind of nice, but like it's a terry cloth one, and it's fire. But like they just both had the shirt on.
So my thing is like,
I was like, that fucked me up. I was like, this is where I'm gonna get in, and this is where we're gonna win.
My question behind all this too. So do you even do like Basel shows, or do you feel like that's for like amateur shit?
Nah, I don't do Basel shows. Like I'm like
real designers have private shows in the middle of whatever month they want.
Yeah, they just do their own shit. They just do their own thing.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, you know, me even being like a OG, like a young OG in a Jedi in the game is like, that's like, I just do what I want to do.
It's funny because I used to be a Basel guy.
Yeah, and market kind of like, it'll kind of like take some time to get there.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, I told y'all. You just like, and I have some people that are like, nah, D, like, I'm gonna get the easy pass and I'm rocking with you on this shit. You know, I've been doing this shit for 13 years of my life. You know what I mean? Like, so it's balanced. But yeah, the Basel shows, I think that every one of them is cool. Like, everyone's doing cool shit. You know, I'm about the arts. So anyone that steps up to the plate to go do some dope shit, I'm with. Yeah. But I just don't really like.
I don't know. I don't fuck with Basel because I feel like that's when, because one, if you know you're fired, you don't have to be paying to be in a gallery.
Yeah, nah,
they're gonna call you.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, everyone that's over there pays to be in a gallery.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know that shit.
I'll go there and literally like hang one T-shirt and be like, make this shit shake.
Yeah,
make this shit shake. And they're gonna be like, well, I'd be like, and if it doesn't fucking sell by a certain time, we're gonna burn it and it's over. So someone better buy
burn
this
it live.
Burn it fucking live. I'll have one, I will send one of my people. I will send one of my people to come burn this shit.
And you probably make more money viral.
Exactly.
It isn't so we burn it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you play to be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay $10,000. You have to sponsor yourself.
When you're fired, you're fired. Though.
Yeah.
There's like,
but yeah, there's people that sponsor you to be in the Olympics.
Exactly. They're like, yo, look.
But there's people like, bro, you think these motherfuckers in DR are like, bro? A lot of the motherfuckers even like invest in themselves to be in that because like they're just representing their country. The country funds it and shit. But like, it's one, you got to have the credentials. You can't just be like, hey, I want to fucking throw knives across or do like a multi-sport fucking event, you know, like that's common, but like you have the credentials, but then after that, you got to pay to play. Like even like when you compete in like surfing and skateboard competition, you have a sponsor because they pay the entry fee. And then you're hoping to get that $10,000 check. Yeah. Like cash prize or that $50,000.
I mean, that was like even when dudes would like when you used to skate, you have skate teams. You have like skate teams and you put the bread up so that you can get these guys to go skate. And then you're like, all right, bet. Obviously there's prize money. So like you can get them to skate.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing is like people don't even know that there's like still fucking shit for like different sports. Like you put your money up and you can get money at
That's
the end.
Shit. You know what's crazy? Like years ago, I had kind of like, it's funny because like I think about the days when Ice Cream put their team together. I had saw that model and I was like, you know, I saw kids going to woodwork and I was like, I'm gonna either skate or like get a team and like put some shit together. And I already had the drip to just like, bro, run around decks and fucking and tees. But it was like just getting the organization a little around it a little bit more to like put some bread up for a group of guys to go skate, rock the shit out. Get the fucking content.
Imagine just
and come
skating
back.
in all iceberg though, which is crazy. That's pretty boss.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Or having a team that dressed like that, and you know, shout out to my boy Steve Williams too, man. That's the homie OG out there skating DGK.
That's just crazy.
You know, but you know
DGK's a shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. My homie, you know, Steve, he's the fucking
dirty ghetto kids.
Yeah, he's the fucking face for that shit now. So it's like
that's dope.
You know, but that's the like the era we come from and like the shit that influences me when I'm doing what I'm doing. Like
even Supreme. It started like with
dude, Preem. Like I got the most Preemist piece, like, or at least one of them. I mean, I'm sure there's many that we have, but when you're into it, you're like, all right, I have so many pieces and I don't work my way up to so many pieces that I got like the grail of y'all and put that shit in a glass box. And now let me work with you, Virgil. What you got? All right, bet. Like top of line, off-white, boom, put you there. And then you do the same thing with all these brands and like, then you have the collection of like the greatest sort of pieces from the works of which these guys have. Yeah. Create your own like mausoleum and you're like, fuck, this shit's lit. Let the world see that, you know? The Book of J, you know?
That's lit. But I feel like we all should live to that standard. Like raise the quality. Sure it's cool to sell to the masses, but like it's cool to like Find people that actually authentically fuck with you,
that
bro.
fuck with you, and that's why I said I like money's not my currency. Relationships are.
Yeah.
And
But my question is this: you being an outsider, because I have a lot of people too locally from here. Do you find a lot of support here
in Miami,
in Florida?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause me, like I'm authentic. I'm just myself. So like, if you don't fuck with me, there's something wrong with you. Cause I'm fucking chilling, and I might buy us a drink. Like I might just still be like, oh, bro, like just have a drink. You bugging, like personally. So like me,
I feel like this is a hard state. But...
So with me, like I'm just coming through doing my own thing. I'm on my own wave. I got my own drip, and people can feel that energy. They feel that aura, and it makes them somewhat, have mostly 99% positive reaction to like how I'm coming, and then something shakes. They be like, yo, I'm into this. Like, I actually need a stylist, or I need some drip, or I need some art for my crib, or like where should I go?
And how does like someone even approach you about something like that? Just like a casual conversation.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm I have like levels of securities. It's not just easy to get. But when I'm out and chilling, of course, like I'm a like forthcoming kind of person. Like I don't really care. Like I just what's up. But like if I'm in motion, then it's like, bro, like timing is the essence. So we got shit to do.
No, 100%. I feel that.
Because I never wanted to be one of those guys. Like even when you make it crazy, that you're not there for the people that fuck with you to get you to where you are. Like,
and you still want to be a human.
Yeah, and you still want to be human. And of course, that's why I want, like, now as an adult, I realized I was like, that was one of the greatest moves in one of my moves was when I stopped hooping, because I have homies that like, when they want to go out, they're like, yeah, bro, where can we go that we can be kind of low and I don't got to deal with mad shit? I'd be like, everywhere. And then I'd be like, well, wait. You 7 feet tall? Of course not everywhere. Nigga, like we gotta find somewhere to tuck your big ass. Like me, I can go everywhere. I'm like, ain't nobody checking for me. They're telling me like, yo, chill. I'm like, bro, like.
No, I feel like my cousin, he's big as fuck, and is like hanging out with a guy that's 6'8" and looks like a fucking prime athlete. Does not look like you're just chilling.
Yeah, but it's also different when you're dealing with motherfucking NBA champions too that are also prime athletes. These motherfuckers is lit.
You can go,
or celebrities and stars. They gotta kind of tuck in with a little hoodie and some security, like so. That's his own thing in that.
So there's no chilling.
There's really no like chill with that. Like,
I feel that.
But I'm chill, so I meet up with people and we could do normal things.
It's like that song, fucking. Was it Migos used to say, "Rich and rather be rich than famous"?
Yeah,
and that's the vibe right there. That's the
vibe. Bro. Get your money and just stay in silence. Keep your head low. Work on dope ass projects that people will fuck with, and when you put it out there, like it's like when I hear music, it's like I feel like I don't discover music the way I used to discover music.
Oh no,
discovering music was like it was a thing. Like yo, bro, like I think I found this artist. And like he's got this one fucking song. So if you got one, you probably have two, maybe three. Let me just find it. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm trying to find the shit. But, and you figure it out from there. But for the most part, it's not even like that anymore. Like, now I just hear shit in the club and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This nigga
I don't know.
Shit
but
out.
Another thing is like we live in such a time too that there's just so much ways to get yourself out. That there's a big saturation.
Yeah, shit's saturated now.
Yeah. Well, music's saturated more than ever, but I don't feel like art is saturated.
Yeah. Well, it's hard, but it's hard to like have different sounds.
It is. It really is.
Like think about that. Like okay, like you make art, right? So someone sees your art and can try to imitate your art.
Well, they can't.
They can't. But like, let's say they try. It's more visual to like, I could see there's yellow there. I can see there's, but like to match your sound, like we don't even sound like
no. 100%.
Like that's crazy to like to even. Now obviously there's technology that could try to make you auto tune and shit like that. Yeah, like AI.
But another thing is like, so let's say like you take a painting with a twist class, like one of those fucking cheesy ass classes that you paint with a bunch of people.
Yeah, but that means nothing to me.
No, I know.
It's not even the right grade of canvas you're playing. That is more. You'd have more fun just throwing the wine at the shit.
Yeah. But no, the thing is like I used to have little events like that, and you teach everyone how to do everything the same way you do it.
Yeah.
And you can't replicate it. Impossible.
Someone always comes back with some bullshit.
Yeah, how the fuck
did you get that?
Yeah. Like I just showed you the stroke.
I literally just showed you.
But that's like even with recipe
we're drawing
and everything.
The moon, bitch. How did you get about?
It's a full moon. Why is it crescent?
Yeah,
but it's like
she's like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm paying for crescent's moon. I'm getting classes, but I don't care what the instructor says.
But but it's like we live in a world that's like music. I feel like is so saturated. Art, it's kind of hard to replicate.
Real
authentic,
real art with like real like substance, like shit that's behind it.
Yeah,
you know, everyone can just see some shit, make some shit, make some shit. But if you're talking about like, nah, like I actually like studied this shit and like I really like the same way you tell me about like like the hours, putting in the hours, like. I'm thinking like, yo, buddy, crazy out here fucking alligators, but it's like, nah, like there's like you can actually train this motherfucker, and I'm like, how's that possible?
And you also got to be careful, bro. You just gotta have the knowledge of how to care for these things.
But that's the same thing with the art. It's like if you fuck around and you fuck with these fumes, or you fuck around and you blow this shit up, or
no, but even like she will send me artists and reference, be like, hey, what do you think about artists? It's like you can tell when this nigga's just putting like stuff on a canvas to make some money.
Yeah.
Like there's like one thing I can, as even being a tattoo artist, line distribution, bro. That shit's one thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like you can tell when everything's just a sketch, it's just drawn on. But if everything has the even what line distribution, and even if you, let's say we start showing like even a second line, the line has a different weight from the common line, like then you're showing quality of art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're showing the study of like, I know how to like apply like
space
art and spacing into someone's like, to their body.
So even like with color, like understanding colors and color theories and like how your brain works, and the reason something looks good to you is because it matches, it flows, it feels comfortable,
it feels natural.
So the thing is like when something, like when you look at a painting and you look at it and it's probably it looks trash or anything, it's most likely because the fact that the color theory is completely off in the whole fucking figure. And that's what it is. Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Nah, you're good. That shit sounded like deep. It sounded like we were in a fucking casket.
Yeah,
like
it sounded like we were
a cave.
Laying down under.
This interview was in a cave.
Just dropped the bomb.
But for the most part, I mean, so exactly when you plan to drop this series, let people know where to continue.
So season 5 dropped August 1st. I mean, we're probably like 75% through the collection. So there's a couple pieces.
So how often do you drop these series then?
I mean,
or is when the engine's running?
It's kind of like, the engine's running. I wish I could really say like how they happen, but it happens in a pretty decently spaced out time. It takes months to like get these pieces, of course. I'm doing the homework, and I gotta find the shit. But yeah, I mean, I would hope that this one will be able to come out in maybe 2 months or so, like just so I can have everything really.
So is it super
airtight?
So do you keep it like seasonal, or you just drop like?
No, dude. I mean, so once season 6 is over with Native Ties, I'm probably gonna have to take some time and do some more research in some new kind of category or something different, and then really kind of come back with new knowledge and create garments that are based on that.
And for the most part, let's say
that might be a little bit more time. But
so, and then if anyone was like interested to even like purchase your stuff, how would they find you exactly?
Yes, I mean, you can go to our website, 1%gallery.com. We have actually, we just switched that. Actually, we have the 1%gallery.net, and then we have our Instagram, we have a Shopify that's attached to all the pages. And what we've done with that is we've kind of like curated the net to finding the landing pages for those shops to have different pieces, so that like if you went to like our website, it'll offer you like maybe like 9 shirts of like options, but then if you go to the Shopify, it may show you something different. And if you go to like our page, like somewhere, like it'll show you a couple different ones, because you can go to the stores, you can go to some of the stores as well in Miami that are carrying them. The idea is like I can't be like shifting one piece all around the fucking.
No, of course.
So you got to provide these sort of like boxed offering drops for each spot.
And
1%gallery.net.
Kiko, listen, bro.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
But besides that, like, what can you say to someone like and like I feel like we've been talking so much about saturation. It's like what can you tell someone trying to come up that's coming into the industry, like that's like?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like, find someone or something that inspires you, make it make sense in how it relates to you, and, putting the day-to-day footwork in front of, whatever that's going to be, and then run with that. You have to be authentic to yourself. You have to be authentic to yourself. You have to discover like how you're going to design, how what your process is, because it's a different process for everybody.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's different process, different ways that these guys come with certain shit. Some people work with full blown teams. Like I have had teams with different things on different projects, but I like work differently on the native ties, like all by myself. So like this has been more like personal.
Yeah.
But certain pieces for sure, like you get to do different things. But I would tell these guys to just do some research, do some homework, know who's kind of laid the groundworks in front of them.
Well, I appreciate you, man, coming through.
Yeah, you already know us, man.
It's
man.
Definitely dope as dope conversation. Like I felt like there was a lot of knowledge, and even like we like as an artist, bro, it's like really hard to like not be over influenced by other people and being true to yourself, and just like understand that, like, bro, eventually if it's gonna catch. Like if you stay true to it.
If you have some fire and you know it, because there's different levels of fire. If you got it, it's gonna start to build up, and when it builds up, people are going to like back up and then come to it.
Like holy shit!
How
long you been doing this long?
Yeah, exactly. But like everyone, you have to take a chance on yourself, and when you do, you make that decision. When you make the decision to take that chance on yourself, that's when the spark comes.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Hey, real mad love. Appreciate you again, man, bro, for taking the time, bro.
Likewise, man.
But that's about it, guys. Oh my god, my cup. Oh. And this is Talk About with Lust. I'm your host, Lust, and it's another day. Awesome. Another great show. Sweet. Damn, these sounds effects are lit. Do you keep changing them? This is new?
Yeah, we got some Jamaican fans out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I never heard the claps.
That's crazy.
You guys giving you guys an audience? Yeah, the little clapping, bro.
Yo, bro. All right.
That bourbon